Sports. And we'll get a look at J.J. McCarthy. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. Hope y'all ready for this one. Next on EA Sports.
As the sun starts. Welcome in, football fans. Thanks for joining us. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you. And Brock, on paper, it's not quite the competitive contest that everyone hopes for each week, but projections have us heavily tilted towards one sideline here.
One thing that is cool, Kate, it's been really easy to rally together this week for this team because nothing will unite a football roster, in my experience, than having the whole against you. Heck, even your own fans at home against you. They don't care if nobody thinks they've got a shot. Those dudes playing today, putting that uniform on, they believe they can do this, and the power of that belief is a big deal.
The offense about set to take over now, and here's their quarterback out to lead them to the line.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. May now from the gun. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing 3rd and long. From the gun, it's May. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. And they're brought out by the 10th pick of the 2024 draft, a national champion at Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game he had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the one interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win, and certainly some momentum to build on today.
We'll have him gain about a handful there. Brought down on the play by Uchenna Nwosu. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to... that win. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Another one for Gibbs. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. That one finds Xavier Worthy. 16 yards on the play. And it sets up first down. Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. Duke's out of one stop. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands on the ball.
And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown! These guys get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And these guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The visitors are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And he's been carrying a great campaign now into the heart of this season. He's sitting top 5 in rushing yardage. 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, here's May. Ooh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not. On the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Now May on 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Takes this in at the 25. And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. This one returned for 11 yards. And it'll be their football. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Going to the ground again on 1st. And that's good for a gain of 5. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. McCarthy operating from the pistol. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
1st and 10 now from the 30. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. And with that run, he's reached the coveted mark for a back in a single campaign. This is officially a 1,000-yard season on the ground. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he'll have it down to almost the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Throwing on 3rd, McCarthy. Complete beyond the marker. He has the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Back out runs their offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Walker on 1st down. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Motioning him from the slot right. Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that 1st down, and he went and got it.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Handoff running left. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And they scoop it up. They can still run with it. It's the end of the 1st in this AFC West showdown. Our score, 14-0. You're watching the... So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, here's May. This ball's cut by Bowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down. Running left, here's Walker. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running with Walker again. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Catch is made in close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Maine looking to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown! If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
That one right down the middle. And these guys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. Returns looking good so far. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The home teams and their QB, J.J. McCarthy, returning to the field on offense. And his start to the season has been special, hasn't it? The way he's played, it's no surprise at all that he's leading the NFL in passing. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. To the sideline and brought in by Worthy. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 40. Well, I think we can all see this one, partner. Some considerable frustration beneath Coach Reed's mustache. And he throws the flag. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a third one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. And they bring him down around the 34. And we haven't even hit the break yet, but already we're looking at this likely becoming a 100-yard game for him in the very near future, and expect more to follow after that. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Handoff running left. Here's Gibbs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. We've got a screen to the running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Going the wrong way. It's 2nd and goal now, back at the 12. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. About 4 yards for him on that run. More distance than that left, though, on 3rd and goal. Quick pass, right side, complete. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Bates' kick is up and good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. That score made it 17-7, but they can cut it back to a one-score game here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They send him left out of the slot. Now an inside give to Walker. He's got to gain a 6 there. Junior Coulson bringing an end to that play. They get 6, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning here in the first half. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, Bowers has it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Flushed out now to his left. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. Rolling left, buying some time. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Made to throw it. He's on the move. He calls his own number again. And they bring him down around the 34.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So now they have 3rd and short. Throwing from the gun here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Trying for it, it's Walker. Oh, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the defense. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Oh, this is tough. Don't let it be lost here that their call on 4th actually worked. They got the 1st down, and then they fumbled.
Kate, that's like saying the dinner looked so good before the waiter dropped the plate. The results were there as designed, but one mistake took it all away.
Oh, man.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second and 1. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3 and out.
They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the 1st. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. One last play before the break. Looking to throw. He put everything he had into this one. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. So we're at halftime with one side enjoying a pretty decent 10-point advantage. As we hear from Jonathan Coachman over in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin with a rematch from Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara, as it's the losers of that game, Carolina, who are heading west to take on Denver. And it's the Panthers who are out in front. The Panthers trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head east to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Travis?
And with no halftime report this week, it seems, we're going to get right back to the field for the start of quarter number 3. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This return starts at the 5. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The home team send Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And they haven't been shy about looking his way in the passing game, have they? You can see that so far this season, he's currently leading all running backs in receiving yards. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give him a first down.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball could go right over their head.
And they bring him to a stop, but this run gets him into the red zone down to the 15. And this is now a 100-yard game for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running it for this offense. 2nd and 3 now.
Here we go, set.
A give to Gibbs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Go, check. Go, check. Let's go now.
Another one for Gibbs. Has them the touchdown. These guys grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Oh, and it's no good. Just his 2nd missed extra point of this season. And they failed to tack one onto that touchdown. So following the missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a one-score game. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Award that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10 now. Got a man, Bowers has it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They give up the gut to Walker. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
This is Walker on 2nd. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it, I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Staying with Walker. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. From the 36. Escapes out. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise, you deliver, and that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Walker hauls it in. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And that keeps this a 16-point game.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It's a gain of 12 there. And they're going to have a 1st down.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go, set. Set, go.
Again, it's Gibbs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Third down run by Gibbs. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup. And that'll give him a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Going to the ground again on first. And he works his way for a gain of 4. So we're through 3 here. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Second and 6 coming up here.
Set, go.
Coming right is Gibbs. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Offside, defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Let's go.
Running it after the penalty. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Now try Gibbs again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It'll be a gain of only 1 on second, so that brings up third and goal from the 2. They'll run. It's Gibbs. And he barrels across for the touchdown. These guys making a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys stretch the lead to 23. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Their offense running back out now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, there's such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Complete out to the right. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the gun, it's May. It's taken in by Williams. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
May on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 28 out of that play, and that gives them the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Here we go, set.
To the air yet again, May. Finds a man, right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one, and it'll give them a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Escapes his grasp. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react.
Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Man in motion here. Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. Juke the defender. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That play good for 17 and a first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
First down, and they go right back to it. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. Third and a lone yard coming up. Gibbs now from the gun. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. These guys about to stay unbeaten once again. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. And it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Set it.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
It's Gibbs on the carry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
And he gets this forward to the 19. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. A nice showing here from our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.